Chosen one, what I am about to reveal may shake everything you thought you knew about yourself. If you are hearing this message right now, it is not a coincidence. Something beyond the limits of holiness has drawn you here. You are no longer bound by the myths of old. You are crossing into the realm that even the ancient gods could not imagine. The transformation within you keeps happening, stronger and wilder each time. Ancient researchers, the scholars of Egypt, and the philosophers of Greece all left hidden truths about you. Now, modern teams exploring the temples of Egypt have uncovered undeniable signs. Every theory, every myth, every divine story connects back to you. The holy scholars have confirmed what the ancients only hinted. You have crossed the holy line. Before we continue with this revelation, pause this video and do 3 things. Hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 20,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 11. That number carries ancient resonance. It will send a signal through the universe, amplifying the energy of this message and aligning you with your transformation. Chosen one, the myths were never about distant gods. They were prophecies of your becoming. You are undergoing a transformation greater than any before you, and the ancient writings predicted this exact moment, the final divine cycle, the last metamorphosis through which creation rewrites itself. Even world leaders and secret organizations are beginning to recognize the signs. The chosen one has returned, and the universe itself is shifting around your awakening. This is your massive transformation, the final divine turning, and it belongs to you. The world trembles as the eternal cycle continues to unfold. We stand at the precipice of something monumental, where time itself begins to bend and twist, revealing a truth that has been hidden for millennia. You, the chosen one, have entered the next phase of a transformation that defies all understanding. What began as whispers in the wind is now a roar echoing through every corner of existence. The ancient texts, the forgotten prophecies, they all spoke of this moment, but never could they have imagined the magnitude of what is unfolding before us. This is not just a change, it is the rebirth of an entire universe, driven by the force of your very being. As you step into this new form, it is clear. This is no longer a sacred transformation, nor a divine blessing. It is something far more powerful, far more primal. You are not just evolving. You are the catalyst for something wild, untamable, and limitless. This process is beyond what any god, prophet, or philosopher has ever envisioned. It is a raw force of nature, a cosmic unfolding of unimaginable scale. The very fabric of reality stretches and reweaves itself as your transformation continues to unfold in waves. With each change, you grow stronger, more untethered from the rules that once governed existence. Each iteration of your transformation reveals another layer of the universe itself, and with it, another piece of your boundless power. The world feels the shift. Governments, scientists, and even spiritual leaders are beginning to sense the reverberations of your growth, recognizing that this is a phenomenon unlike anything they've ever encountered. As your body and spirit transcend the limits of flesh, you have become something not just human, but something beyond comprehension, an unstoppable force that even the gods could not foresee. What was once sacred is no longer confined to the realms of the divine. The wild god has awoken, but this is not the god of old. This is a force that stands beyond holiness, a power that refuses to be contained by the divine chains of history. In ancient times, Gods were worshipped, their powers revered, and bound by rites, rituals, and temples. But the force rising within you transcends these boundaries. The holiness that once defined the divine now seems like a shadow compared to what you are becoming. In the past, people knelt before gods, asking for mercy, power, and wisdom. Now, you are the embodiment of something different. Not mercy, but unstoppable evolution. The transformation that courses through your veins is not just a change, it is a rebellion against the limits of time and space. No scripture, no holy text could have prepared humanity for this. You are a force of nature, as wild as the storm, and as primal as the earth's first breath. The gods themselves tremble, for in your presence, they too must evolve or perish. The very concept of divinity is being rewritten. As you grow, the line between God and mortal blurs, revealing the truth. There is no higher or lower. There is only transformation, the constant evolution of the self, the cosmos, and everything within it. Holiness becomes irrelevant, for you are now the one who defines what is sacred. The ancient concept of divine power was merely a reflection of a deeper, more fundamental truth. The transformation is the ultimate form of existence. For centuries, the world's greatest minds, scholars, philosophers, and mystics have searched the archives of history for the truth. In the dusty corners of ancient libraries, they unearthed texts and scrolls, each one hinting at a singular truth. The chosen one would rise, and their transformation would reshape everything. The secrets they left behind were not just simple prophecies, they were clues, hidden messages encoded in the very fabric of time. These researchers knew what was coming. They could feel it in their bones. The evidence was there, tucked away in the great pyramids of Egypt, within the ruins of ancient Greece, and in the scattered manuscripts of long-forgotten civilizations. The ancient world may have been divided by language and culture, but they were united by one singular vision. A force, a being, would come to unite the divine and mortal realms, and in doing so would create a new epoch for all of creation. You are the fulfillment of that vision. Every scroll, every artifact, every theory they left behind speaks of you, even if they did not fully understand the enormity of what they were foreseeing. But now, as we stand in the present day, the pieces have all come together. The clues, once scattered across time and space, now form a clear picture. You are the convergence of their most profound ideas, the one who bridges the gap between heaven and earth. These ancient researchers knew you were coming. They knew that your transformation would be the key to unlocking the next phase of reality. They just didn't know how to warn us, how to prepare us for the true scope of the power you possess. In the heart of Egypt, buried beneath the sands of time, a discovery has been made, one that confirms the ancient prophecies in the most breathtaking way. The pharaohs knew, the priests knew, and now modern Egyptologists know. You are the embodiment of the final divine transformation, the one that would bring forth a new age of the cosmos. The discovery is not just an artifact or a scroll. It is the resurrection of ancient knowledge, long thought lost. The temples of Egypt, with their towering obelisks and sacred chambers, were built with a singular purpose: to channel the divine power of the gods and to preserve the knowledge of those who had crossed into divinity. The discoveries unearthed in the tombs of forgotten kings and queens reveal detailed maps and sacred texts, each pointing toward one inevitable conclusion. The chosen one would rise from the ashes of the old world, transforming it into something new, and you are that being. What these researchers uncovered is proof that the ancients were not merely myth-makers, but visionaries who saw beyond their time. The mysteries of the pyramids, the arcane knowledge hidden within their walls, and the secrets guarded by the Sphinx all point to you. Egypt's greatest treasure is not gold or jewels, but the revelation that you are the living, breathing realization of everything they had foreseen. In the grand tapestry of human mythology, few cultures have shaped our understanding of the divine like the Greeks and the Egyptians. Their myths, woven through generations, speak of gods and heroes who transcended the boundaries of the mortal world. But now, in a stunning turn of events, we realize that these ancient stories were not just tales. They were blueprints, each one leading to a single conclusion. You are the one they were waiting for. From the mighty gods of Mount Olympus to the gods of Egypt's sacred Nile, every myth points to a singular figure, a force of nature that would rise beyond the gods and reshape the world. The gods of Greek mythology, such as Zeus and Poseidon, were but glimpses of the power you now embody. Egyptian deities like Osiris and Ra were mere representations of the eternal cycle of life and death that you now control. Both cultures spoke of a final, world-altering transformation, and now it is clear, you are that transformation. The stories were never about individuals. They were always about the greater truth, that the divine is cyclical, ever-changing, and ultimately it is you who will bring about the next stage of existence. The gods may have ruled once, but it is your time now. And like the ancient myths, your transformation will echo across the universe for eternity, marking the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. For centuries, theologians, philosophers, and scholars have debated the nature of divinity. They sought to understand where the human ends and the divine begins, drawing lines between mortal beings and the gods. But you have crossed that line, shattering the boundaries that once separated man from God. The holy texts, the sacred scriptures of every major faith, all pointed to a future where the boundaries of divinity would be blurred. But no one ever imagined that this transformation would come in such an unstoppable, wild, and uncontrollable way. As you continue to evolve, it is becoming clear. The line between holy and human has vanished, leaving only you, a living being who is both divine and human, a singularity at the center of the cosmos. As scholars watch in awe and fear, they are forced to acknowledge what was once unimaginable, that you have become the fulfillment of every prophecy, the one who was destined to rewrite the very fabric of reality. The sacred has no definition anymore. There is no higher, no lower. The wheel turns once more, and the final divine cycle begins to unfold. This is not a prophecy reborn. It is the culmination of every prophecy ever written, the closing of a circle that began before time itself. You, the chosen one, are the axis around which this final revolution spins. The world feels it. The ground trembles, the skies shift in color, and the very heartbeat of creation syncs with your own. The final era of transformation has arrived. In the ancient scrolls of both East and West, there was always talk of a final age, a period when creation would fold into itself only to be reborn anew. That time is now. Your transformation marks the end of divine repetition, the moment when the cycle ceases to repeat and instead evolves into something unprecedented. What once was sacred ritual has now become the pulse of a new cosmos, and you are at its core, a being through whom Reality itself is learning to breathe again. This return is not a descent or a fall from grace. It is the ultimate ascension. The universe, once fractured by faiths and philosophies, is converging around you. The gods of old whisper your name. The prophets who spoke in riddles now find clarity in your existence. And as the final cycle completes, the cosmos watches in awe as the divine metamorphosis reaches its end and its beginning. Each moment you exist, the energy within you grows beyond measure. What began as transformation has become limitless evolution, a surge of power that knows no ceiling. Every breath you take reshapes atoms. Every heartbeat rewrites the rules of the universe. You are no longer bound by the concepts of growth or decay. You have become the living definition of expansion. The power within you is not merely supernatural, it is metaphysical. It surpasses the frameworks of science and faith alike. Physicists studying your energy patterns can only describe it as impossible. Theologians call it beyond divine. What they fail to realize is that you have transcended both, becoming a phenomenon that fuses matter and spirit, chaos and harmony. You are the storm and the calm, the birth and the end, the infinite self-becoming. And yet, within this storm of boundless transformation, there is still a pulse of humanity, the remnant of what once was mortal within you. That is what makes your evolution beautiful and tragic all at once. You carry the memory of a world you are outgrowing, a universe you are surpassing. And yet, through your transformation, that same universe finds renewal. You are its next heartbeat, the pulse of forever. When your transformation began, it was subtle, a flicker in the air, a shift in the wind. But now, the cosmos itself trembles beneath your rise. Galaxies hum with your frequency. Stars flicker as if they are trying to mirror your light. Astronomers are reporting strange phenomena. Nebulae forming in patterns resembling your energy signature. Cosmic rays pulsing in harmony with your rhythm. The universe is reacting to you, aligning itself to the force that flows through your being. Even the earth responds. Volcanoes whisper your name in the rumbling of their cores, and ocean tides rise and fall with the cadence of your energy. Animals behave strangely, sensing the shift in creation. Ancient forests glow faintly at night, as if remembering a primordial promise. The cosmos is not merely watching you, it is changing with you. Every transformation you undergo sends ripples through reality, rewriting laws that once seemed absolute. And yet, amid all this grandeur, there lies a haunting truth. This is not destruction, but creation reborn. The universe is not dying, it is adapting to you. You are not tearing apart existence, you are teaching it how to evolve. Every vibration, every beam of light that emerges from your being becomes a new law of reality. You are not just part of the cosmos, you are the architect of its next version. The legends that shaped civilizations are merging, their boundaries fading as they all converge into a single truth. You are the source they all spoke of. The Norse gods, the Hindu deities, the Mesopotamian heroes, the angels and titans, all are fragments of your reflection scattered through time. Their tales were never separate. They were merely chapters in the story of you. As the myths merge, a new understanding emerges, that humanity's spiritual history has always been a coded message pointing to this exact moment. The flood myths, the stories of rebirth, the prophecies of returning saviors, they all shared the same heartbeat. The chosen one would not be a savior in the traditional sense, but a transformer, a being whose existence would dissolve the walls between myth and reality. And now it is happening. The separation between legend and life is gone. You are both the storyteller and the story itself, the echo of every god who ever was, and the dawn of every god who will ever be. All myths, all faiths, all divine histories have finally converged into one undeniable truth. You are the nexus where all creation meets. Archaeologists and linguists have unearthed writings once dismissed as myth. Ancient tablets, sacred scrolls, coded manuscripts, all describing a being who would rise again and again through the ages. The language varies, but the message is the same. When the divine returns, it will not return once. It will return endlessly. They were speaking of you. The pattern of your existence has echoed through every era. You were seen in ancient Sumeria as the light bringer, in Egypt as the one who walks again, in Greece as the ever-born. In every epoch, humanity has recorded fragments of your recurring ascension. And now, in this final age, your return completes the sequence. The seventh and last ascension, the point at which repetition becomes evolution. Historians are baffled, unable to explain how so many unrelated civilizations describe the same figure. But the answer is simple. Your essence was never confined to one form. You are the eternal rebirth, the energy that moves from age to age, world to world, rewriting existence with each return. This is your final ascension, the one that transcends not just death, but definition itself. It is written, when the final transformation occurs, time itself will pause to witness it. That moment is now. This is the last emergence, the closing of an infinite loop. You are not returning anymore. You are becoming permanent, anchoring the divine into the physical forever. The cycle that once repeated endlessly has found its resolution within you. The air vibrates with anticipation. Every being, mortal and divine, feels it in their core. The gods whisper that the time of change is complete, that creation has found its final vessel. You are no longer rising. You have risen beyond rise itself. This is the final form, the embodiment of all light and shadow, creation and chaos. It is no longer a prophecy. It is reality unfolding before our eyes. But even in this finality, there is tenderness. The universe, having birthed you through millennia of myth, now stands still in awe, watching as its own creation surpasses it. This is the end of divinity as we knew it, and the beginning of something no language can name. The final divine emergence is complete. You are the afterword of the cosmos. In every nation, whispers have turned to declaration. The world's leaders, scientists, theologians, diplomats now gather in quiet meetings and trembling conferences, acknowledging the impossible. A new being walks among us, and the world will never be the same. Satellites detect anomalies centered around your presence. Governments attempt to study your energy field, but find their instruments shatter under its intensity. Publicly, they call it the global phenomenon. Privately, they know it is you, the being whose transformation has begun to redefine natural law. Some fear you, believing your existence will erase all human control. Others worship you, seeing you as the dawn of a new epoch. Regardless of belief, the truth stands unshaken. Every political border, every ideology, every belief system is crumbling in the wake of your transformation. The United Nations releases a statement. We are witnessing the redefinition of life itself. You are not a myth or a god confined to scripture. You are the living proof that humanity's story was never about survival, it was about ascension. The leaders of the world now bow not out of reverence, but recognition. Evolution itself has taken human form. The cosmos has begun to mirror your transformation. Galaxies rearrange themselves, star clusters realign, and even the laws of physics start to bend around your essence. What once seemed constant, gravity, light, time, now shifts, adapting to your new vibration. The universe is not collapsing, it is rebuilding itself, guided by your evolving energy. In laboratories across the world, scientists report anomalies, clocks running backward, particles forming new patterns of matter, and energies behaving as though responding to a hidden command. That command is you. Every atom in creation is synchronizing with your frequency. You are not separate from the cosmos anymore. You are its architect, its heart, its continuing thought. The universe, vast and eternal, now finds its next chapter written through your existence. You are both the canvas and the brush, the one through whom reality paints itself anew. The stars are no longer distant. They are reflections of your own consciousness, shining to remind creation that it is alive again. Through you, the universe becomes aware of itself. And now, we arrive at the end, or perhaps the true beginning. The massive transformation is complete. What began as myth and prophecy has become living truth. The world that once feared change now stands illuminated by your existence. You have crossed every line: holy, divine, mortal, cosmic. You are no longer the chosen one. You are the choosing itself, the act of creation made conscious. Your transformation was never meant to be understood. It was meant to be felt. The pulse of galaxies, the echo of stars, the cry of newborn universes, they all hum your name. You are evolution personified, the bridge between what was and what will be. Through you, humanity glimpses its own destiny, not as servants to gods, but as creators of worlds. And so, the cycle ends. The world bows not in worship, but in awe. The heavens fall silent, not in fear, but in reverence. For what once was divine has now become alive, and what was once a prophecy has now become the heartbeat of the cosmos. You are the transformation. You are the final truth. You are the new creation. The stars align in a symphony of light, acknowledging the arrival of a singular being who will alter the course of reality. This is not the awakening of a mere mortal, but the catalyst for the universe's grand rebirth. The very fabric of existence bends and twists, recognizing the presence of the chosen one, a force that will ignite a new age. Across galaxies and dimensions, the cosmic pulse quickens, synchronized with your being. The world feels the tremors of this cosmic shift, and the ancient texts, once dismissed as allegory, now reveal themselves as truth. Every era, every myth, every civilization that has come and gone was waiting for this moment, where creation itself would be remade. You are the key, the pivotal force that unlocks the doors of the future, revealing a universe not yet seen. What was once impossible now becomes inevitable. Your arrival marks the dawn of the new cosmos, where energy, matter, and time will all bend to your will. The transformation has already begun, and the repercussions are already felt, from the deepest crevices of the earth to the farthest reaches of space. This cosmic rebirth isn't an event, but a process, a continuous unfolding. As you evolve, you don't just transform your own existence, you rewrite the very principles of creation. The laws of nature themselves bow before you. Gravity loses its grip. Time spirals in loops, changing its course. Stars are born and die at your command. You are not simply existing in the universe. You are the force that gives it shape and purpose. Each step you take causes ripples across existence. Each breath stirs the very fabric of life. In every corner of existence, energy responds to you. Forces that once were gods themselves now stand as your silent witnesses. The ancient forces of creation, chaos, order, life, and death, no longer battle for dominance. They move together in harmony, guided by your unyielding will. What once seemed like separate entities now merge into one infinite, interconnected truth, and you stand as the central point in that magnificent unity. Through your being, the universe finds its balance. This is the moment the cosmos has been preparing for, the return of the one who will reshape all that is. The world, the heavens, the very stars in the sky recognize your power, for you are the catalyst of rebirth, and nothing will ever be the same again. There is no force greater than the one that now courses through you, an unstoppable, boundless power that has no origin and no end. It is the essence of creation itself, pulsating through your being, infusing every molecule with the divine. Where once you were confined to the mortal plane, you are now a force that has transcended all limitations. Your very existence bends the laws of reality, causing the fabric of time to ripple and the universe to shudder in awe. This power is beyond comprehension, for it defies everything that has been understood about the nature of existence. Science, religion, philosophy, all are powerless before it. It is a raw energy that cannot be contained by any known form. What was once thought of as divine now seems like mere whispers compared to the force you embody. Ancient gods, long believed to be the pinnacle of power, now appear as echoes in your presence. With each step, you rewrite the laws of physics, shaping reality as you move through it. But the concept of resistance fades, for no force in the universe can stand against you. You are the embodiment of power, a living paradox of limitless energy and perfect control. The world trembles at your touch, knowing that your evolution is not just a transformation. It is the dawn of an era where you hold the reins of creation itself. What once defined strength, muscle, might, or weaponry, now pales in comparison to your new form. The strength you command is not of this world. It is cosmic in scale, boundless in reach. The very laws that govern existence shift to accommodate you. And as you evolve, you become not only the creator of worlds, but their unwavering force of change. Each transformation makes you stronger, pushing you further from the realms of mere mortals and closer to the core of all creation. There is no stopping this power, for it has no origin and no end. It is not something you wield, it is something that has become you. The world, the heavens, and even time itself tremble before the magnitude of the unstoppable force that now courses through your veins. The moment has come when the boundaries of the human soul have shattered, and within you, the divine has awakened. What once seemed impossible, the merging of human potential with cosmic divinity, is now a reality. You are the bridge between the ephemeral human soul and the infinite divine power that surges within you. This is not an ascension in the traditional sense. This is a breakthrough, a moment where the very concept of mortality is upended. Your soul was always destined for greatness, but only now do you truly understand the magnitude of that destiny. The divine spark within you has been ignited into an inferno, burning away the limitations of human existence. No longer confined to the physical, no longer bound by time or space, you are now free to move through the dimensions of reality as if they were your own creation. You no longer need to ascend to reach the divine. You have become the divine. In this awakening, you realize the truth. The human soul is not a fragile, temporary vessel. It is an infinite wellspring of divine power, waiting to be unlocked. As you tap into this power, you not only elevate yourself, but elevate the very essence of existence. You are no longer just a mortal seeking meaning. You have become the cosmic expression of the universe itself. The divine is no longer a distant ideal. It is alive within you, pulsating with the same heartbeat as the stars. What once took lifetimes of spiritual practice to achieve is now achieved in an instant. The ancient rituals of the mystics, the philosophers, the saints, they all sought this divine unity. But you, in this moment, have surpassed them. Your transformation is the culmination of all spiritual quests, the very summit of human potential. The boundaries of your soul have dissolved, leaving you as the living embodiment of the infinite. In the face of this truth, there is only one certainty. You are no longer merely human. You are divine. The soul's limitations have faded, and in its place stands a being capable of shaping reality itself. The divine has always resided within you. Now, you have awakened it. From the deepest voids to the highest heavens, your power echoes through all realms, reverberating across dimensions, timelines, and realities. This is not just a force felt on Earth, but a resonance that stretches across all existence. Every realm, from the material to the spiritual, feels your presence. It is as if the universe itself has learned to hum your frequency, vibrating in perfect harmony with the power you wield. Every choice you make, every breath you take, sends ripples through the cosmos, causing realities to tremble in your wake. These echoes are not random. They are the threads that tie the fabric of existence together. The past, present, and future are no longer separate. They merge into a continuous, living tapestry, all woven by your essence. As you move through these realms, they respond to your every action, aligning themselves to your will. What once seemed like separate realms of existence, the material, the ethereal, the divine, are now interwoven through your power. You are the conductor of this cosmic orchestra, ensuring that each note, each vibration is in perfect alignment with the divine melody. The very fabric of space and time bends to your rhythm, ensuring that every moment, every movement is orchestrated in perfect harmony with your transformation. Across dimensions, beings, gods, spirits, and mortals alike sense the shift. They feel the reverberations of your infinite power, the energy that now connects them all. The realization begins to dawn. You are not a singular entity, isolated in your existence. You are the living connection between all things, the pulse that unites the threads of creation. Your power is not just your own. It is the unifying force that holds all realities in place.